It's 93.5 K-Day, Krush Crew Radio AD in the building. I've had a busy today, but the people just keep on coming by, and I'm so happy for this one because this guy right here, without giving a long story, friend of mine, we talk shit on the phone all the time. He'd be the first person to call me to talk shit about everything, good or bad, especially about me. He talks to me about my shows. He tell me AD full of shit. The one and only Mack.
What's up with it?
So, Mack, thank you for coming, and this is 3 weeks in the making. He's been late a few times, but we could talk shit because I appreciate you.
Right.
West Coast pioneer, Inglewood representative, gonna be a part of Krush Groove in his backyard at the Forum. Tell me about Inglewood, man. Growing up in Inglewood, I mean, the love that you have for Inglewood. Obviously, you grew up in there, but you know, what does it mean for you to see Inglewood kind of going into this direction with all the stadiums and the Intuit Dome? How does that make you feel? Is it taken away from the true culture of Inglewood for you?
We was always a city of champions.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, it's home of the Showtime Lakers. So this lights and cameras ain't nothing new to us. You feel me?
I do.
So, you know, it is what it is. It's always going to be home. And, you know, we the city of champions, man.
But the Lakers are not coming there, though.
It don't matter.
Okay.
Showtime started there.
Okay.
When you think of Showtime, what do you think about?
The Lakers.
And where?
Inglewood in the Forum.
Fabulous Forum.
The Fab Forum.
Yeah.
I think of the Forum Club, but that just me, though. I mean, I never got to visit the Forum Club. I didn't quite get to sneak into that club.
But
So
I'm glad to see the city growing, though, man. You know, everybody, you know, to see anything go to the next level, you know, if you're a player, you got to be happy about that.
you should, and I think it's called growth, right? As you say.
For sure.
So, but not a lot of folks come out of Inglewood, but at least, well, there's a lot of folks that come out of Inglewood. You're kind of the first person that I can remember coming out of Inglewood. So the music has obviously changed since you came out. What do you think about the music now, especially from the Inglewood rappers that are coming out of the city as we speak?
I think it's a time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy with my place in hip hop, what I've accomplished, and who I am. So when I see the youngsters coming up and really getting their shine, I got to be happy for them because I was them at one time.
It's true.
And then you be mad at these old dudes that is mad at you because you on now. You feel me?
Do you feel like they have to check in with you? Not like check in like on that, but just like musically, like saying, hey, you kind of the first person from Inglewood. You feel like they should reach out to you in a certain extent, or you say, hey, listen, you do you. I've had my time.
That's a good question, but I don't feel like nobody got to do no checking in or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Either the people gonna let you know whether it's good or bad, whether what you're doing is right or what you're doing is wrong.
Facts.
You know, so they'll figure it out. But I wish the best for all the little homies, all the youngsters from wherever you from. If you up and coming, you thumbs up.
So let's go backwards when you first came out, Chicken Hawk. At that time, younger man, obviously. What was your mindset when you was rapping? Because you had so much, I want to say, aggression in your lyrics. Would you say like you wanted to just, I felt like you was like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
Was that just because your environment was that way, or is that how you really felt at the time? Obviously, I'm assuming.
Well, you know that was the Chicken Hawk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's that's what he was gonna give you. You know, I don't think none of the stuff that we said or did would have been believable with a different kind of attitude about doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, hey, that's what the Chicken Hawk gonna give you. It's like a horror flick. You know what I'm saying? That's what he gonna give you.
It's funny how when I look at some of the videos now and some of the videos that y'all did back then or you did by yourself, that I think we got away with more stuff. We were watching something, Guap and I was watching videos of how kids dress now.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of invented the khaki suit or made it mainstream in a sense. When you was growing up in Inglewood, who was you looking up to music-wise on the West Coast or anywhere?
Eazy-E was always my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Because
even though you didn't know he didn't write his own lyrics, it didn't matter. It was just
I didn't care about that. I was looking at the kind of G he was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was like hood and luxury at the same time.
I mean, he hung out with the president.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He made everything believable to me. Like you could accomplish anything. Man, this dude from Compton, he had his own label. They was the hottest dudes on the radio. You could see him in a 6'4", or you could see him in an 850. You know what I'm saying? Eric was, hey, that's what it looked like to me. So I think Easy was one of the guys that I looked at. Guys like Ice-T, King T was hard.
Right.
Hey man, probably the same guys you liked.
Yeah, you're right. You're part of that list that I like.
Right on.
So how did Birdman and the Cash Money thing come into play for you? A guy from the West Coast dealing with somebody from the South.
Stunner was just my homeboy, man. Like we just clicked when we met each other in the '90s. He was my kind of guy. I was his kind of guy. Like we was just cool. It just clicked. He was just my homie. It did, and it really started off like that. I think I met him getting a feature from Juvenile or somebody for one of my groups. I had Children of the Ghetto back then, I think, okay. And I think, Juvenile or BG or one of them, or maybe both of them. I met him like getting some features from them dudes, and then we just clicked. That was it.
And so when the business came in, it felt natural for you.
Yeah, he was already my homeboy.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's just a play, because he the homie already. It wasn't like they was like strangers. He was already my guy. So, I went to New Orleans, man, it was like home. Like
right.
they treated me all open arms, everybody, everybody. It was a lovely situation.
You do look a little Creole, dog.
Huh?
You do look a little Creole. You can get away with it.
I don't know. I don't know.
So Mack 10's part of Krush Groove, all going down April 20th. Get your tickets. So I got to tell this Mack 10 story on how me and Mack 10 first met. Okay? It's a crazy story. So let me sit down now. So when I first got into this concert business, I'm a radio guy. So I did a show. Krush Groove was actually the first Krush Groove at the Gibson. First or second. And you were on the show. So, and novice to my doing shows, right? I think you know where I'm going with this one, right? Is that I had put the lineup together, but I had put Mack 10 on first. Now, let me preface this before anybody jumps down my throat like he did that day. In my mind, I wanted to start the show off with a bang, thinking more TV. And this was my first show ever putting together around a show, right? Mack comes in and was like, who in the fuck put me on first, right? You don't disrespect me, right? This is the true story. And to me, I'm like, I'm confused. Like I don't know this part of the land. So he's like, come holler at me, dog. Come holler at me. So me and Mack, we go into a room. So I'm thinking we gonna fight. This is a true story. So I was like, all right, nigga, we about to fight. Let me take my clothes off. I take my shirt off. I think I had a backpack on or something. And he said, I don't know where you from, homie, but you said I fuck with you because you brave enough to come into this room and have a conversation with me as a man. That's what you said to me. And number two, when I told you the story, he's like, I can respect that, but don't ever do it again. Do you remember that comment? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So now I know the importance of how to do a runner show if it wasn't for Mr. Mack 10. And he didn't go on stage until I moved him, by the way. He didn't start the fucking show off either. And he delayed the show like 25 minutes. Just want to let that be known.
We was in L.A., bro.
But I didn't get it. But you can understand my thought process. And
I understand that. Like a relay, first leg, you got to get out.
Right? Yeah.
I understand.
But I get it.
I understand.
Yeah. I was like, how you can't top this guy. Let's kick the show for the back. So that's how me and Mack 10 became really close, because he was like, yo, you're not a punk, number one. And we had a conversation, number two, like grown folks. And then outside of that, we've been rocking ever since. And then
For
now
sure.
we have conversations all the time. We would just be talking about shit about industry and games and sports and the whole 9 yards. So I want to thank you for that, for rocking me through all these times. And he'd be the first person to tell me, like, hey, you want to do the show again? He'd be like, what you got for me? Oh, no, I can't do it for that low, bro. I'm sorry. Would you?
Hey.
Yeah. With everybody else. Who on it now? So, so I want to thank you for that, man. I really do.
Right.
So what's up for you, man? What are you doing now? Like outside of, I know your son play ball, right? He's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah.
I know you got some business and stuff. Like what entertains you throughout your life now, in a sense? I know you do concerts, right? You're in the same space.
Yeah.
I mean, what does your day look like for you now?
I mean, far as the concert side, you know, I do over 100 of them a year, so I'm pretty busy. You know what I'm saying? Between that and, you know, I'm trying to like find a good deal in real estate or something.
Okay.
You know, that's just to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So I just stay busy, man. I just try to be productive and put myself in a position to do things where you don't need nobody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to touch them M's, them millions, without having to need this dude or that dude or you know, this got to be like this for that to happen.
Right.
So you got to have, you know, more than one revenue stream.
This is true. So how many houses we got over there? I'm just curious for my listeners, so we can rob them later.
Live in or rentals or what you talking about?
Everything that's under the umbrella, man. Everything that's under all what's the business called?
Man, I might piss them off on the radio right now.
Nah, you gotta give them something, dog.
I'll tell you when we cut.
What that portfolio look like, dog?
I'll tell you when you say cut.
That sounds like the portfolio pretty big there.
Yeah, you know, I stay under the radar, AD. You know that. Hey man, I want you to overlook me, man. Go ahead.
I don't know if people noticed, and I don't, and also Mack is probably the most humblest guy I ever know. At one point, Mack used to drive a Prius, right?
Yeah,
and I know that sounds funny, because you know, but his story makes the most sense. He said, "Yo, AD, if I drive something flashy, that means people looking at me.
Yeah.
But if I'm incognito in a Prius, nobody pay attention to me.
Right.
So I can go to A to B without being bothered."
Right.
Same philosophy to this day.
Oh, you know, I kept a fleet.
Yeah,
but
I know you got a good car.
Why. I kept a fleet, but that's why I could hop out in a Prius. I wish a nigga would question me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go shut his whole existence down. You know, when he start talking about some cars or something. So you know, I could hop in and out of Prius and felt great about it because I really was trying to get to A to B without nobody noticing or whatever. You know, ain't no telling. You know, I mean, you know, I'm just trying to get to my meetings and handle business.
Right.
You know, but when it's time to be seen, I know what it look like. Lights, cameras, action. They know I got big boy toys.
So when the big boy when the big boy pulls up April 20th, we're gonna see something nice on the fleet.
It depends how I come.
Okay.
Depends on who I'm bringing or how I come.
All right. Well, listen. Krush Groove, April 20th, man. Thank you. I know we've been doing this. I know I talk every day. We talk all the time, so it kind of feels weird to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because I kind of know what you're already going to say. So, but I thank you for doing that for the people that doesn't get behind our scenes when we talk on the phone. But, man, thank you for coming. April 20th, Krush Groove is all going down. Mack will be in the building. Inglewood will be in the building. Surprise guest is going to be, I mean, listen, it's Inglewood, man. This is our 16th year?
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, 16
You really
years.
got something going there.
Man, listen, it's hold on, man. Listen, it's hold on. But it's 16 years this year. So I'm happy. And it's still, now there's only 2 radio shows. So shout out to K-Day. 2 radio shows that are still existing now, which is Wango Tango and Krush Groove. Everybody else's shows have kind of just fall by the wayside. So, there you go.
That's big.
All right, listen. So thank you, man. I know you're going to get out of here. I know we got some other stuff for you, but come on. We'll talk later.
Let's do it.
All right.